Welcome to Askprep, your trusted companion for UPSC and IAS preparation. Today, we'll dive into an essential topic in Indian economy, the Human Development Index, HDI. Understanding HDI is crucial for comprehending global efforts to measure and enhance the quality of life, beyond just economic growth. It is a key indicator used worldwide to evaluate human progress and development. For UPSC and IAS aspirants, knowledge of the HDI is vital as it intersects with topics like social justice, inclusive growth, and sustainable development, which are often part of the examination syllabus. So, without further delay, let's get started with an introduction to the Human Development Index. Introduction: The Human Development Index, HDI, is a comprehensive measure developed by the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, in 1990 to evaluate the overall development of a country. Unlike traditional economic metrics such as GDP, which focus solely on economic output, the HDI provides a broader perspective by assessing the well-being and quality of life of a country's citizens. It emphasizes that development is not merely about economic growth but also about creating an environment where people can lead long, healthy, and productive lives. Purpose of HDI in detail: measuring overall human development. The HDI provides a summary measure of human development by combining three key dimensions. Health, life expectancy at birth, reflecting the ability to live a long and healthy life. Education, mean years of schooling for adults aged 25 and older and expected years of schooling for children entering school, representing access to knowledge. Standard of living, gross national income, GNI, per capita, adjusted for purchasing power parity, PPP, reflecting command over resources for a decent living. Broadening development perspectives. Traditional economic measures like GDP focus solely on income. The HDI broadens the scope by emphasizing that human development is multidimensional, encompassing health, education, and living standards. It shifts the focus from wealth to the well-being of people and the quality of their lives. Comparing countries, HDI ranks countries on a scale from 0, lowest development, to 1, highest development, enabling easy comparisons of development levels across nations. Countries are often grouped into categories such as very high human development, high human development, medium human development, low human development. Policy guidance: The HDI serves as a guide for policymakers to identify areas requiring improvement. For example, a country with a high GNI but low education scores might need to invest in its educational system. If life expectancy is low, healthcare policies can be revised. Highlighting inequalities: The HDI helps identify inequalities within and between countries. The Inequality-Adjusted HDI, IHD, takes into account disparities in distribution of each dimension, reflecting actual inequalities in a society. Monitoring progress: The HDI is used to track a country's development over time. Governments and international organizations can evaluate whether their policies are leading to improvements in human well-being. Promoting sustainable development. By focusing on human well-being rather than just economic growth, the HDI aligns with Global Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. It encourages countries to invest in long-term strategies that benefit future generations. Background of the creation of HDI: The Human Development Index, HDI, was introduced by the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, in 1990 as a way to assess and compare countries' levels of development. The conceptualization of the HDI was driven by two key thinkers, Mahbub-ul-Haq, a Pakistani economist, and Amartya Sen, an Indian philosopher and economist. Their collaboration aimed to create a more comprehensive measure of development that went beyond traditional economic metrics like gross domestic product, GDP. Structure of HDI, Human Development Index. The Human Development Index, HDI, is a composite index that combines three key dimensions of human development: health, education, and standard of living. Each dimension is represented by a specific indicator, and these indicators are then aggregated into a single value between 0 and 1, where higher values indicate higher levels of human development. The HDI aims to capture the overall well-being and quality of life within a country by focusing on factors beyond just economic growth. Below is a detailed explanation of each of the three dimensions used in the HDI: indicator, life expectancy at birth. The health dimension of HDI is measured using life expectancy at birth, which reflects the average number of years a newborn is expected to live, assuming that current mortality rates remain the same throughout the person's lifetime. This indicator is a proxy for the overall health and longevity of a population, which is influenced by various factors like access to healthcare, sanitation, nutrition, and living conditions. Why life expectancy? Life expectancy is one of the most widely used indicators of public health because it encapsulates the overall health status of a country's population. A longer life expectancy typically indicates better healthcare, better nutrition, cleaner water, and more effective healthcare systems. It reflects the quality of healthcare services, the effectiveness of disease prevention programs, and the overall living conditions in a country. Calculation. To calculate life expectancy as part of the HDI, the life expectancy value is normalized to a scale from 0 to 1, with a minimum value of 20 years and a maximum value of 85 years. The formula to normalize life expectancy is: life expectancy index is equal to life expectancy at birth minus 20 divides 85 minus 20, where life expectancy at birth is the actual life expectancy value. 20 years represents the lowest possible life expectancy. 85 years represents the highest possible life expectancy. Education, mean years of schooling and expected years of schooling. The education dimension is measured by two indicators: mean years of schooling, MYS. Expected years of schooling, EYS. Mean years of schooling, MYS. Indicator, mean years of schooling, MYS, represents the average number of years of education received by adults aged 25 years and older. It is a measure of the education level of the adult population, indicating how much education is generally completed in a society. Why mean years of schooling? MYS reflects the current educational attainment of adults, providing a snapshot of how educated the adult population is. It is particularly useful for understanding the historical effectiveness of a country's education system. Higher MYS values typically correlate with a more educated workforce and greater access to education. Calculation. MYS is normalized on a scale of 0 to 1, with a minimum value of 0 years and a maximum value of 15 years, the threshold beyond which further years of schooling are unlikely to have significant effects on development. MYS index is equal to mean years of schooling minus 0, divides 15 minus 0. Standard of living, gross national income, GNI, per capita. Why GNI per capita? GNI per capita is a key indicator of the economic conditions of a country. A higher GNI per capita generally indicates that people have more income and are better able to afford goods and services. The adjustment for purchasing power parity, PPP, ensures that differences in the cost of living and inflation rates across countries are accounted for. This makes international comparisons more accurate, as it reflects the true purchasing power of income. Calculation. GNI per capita is expressed in constant international dollars, using PPP to adjust for differences in price levels across countries. Like the other dimensions, GNI per capita is normalized on a scale from 0 to 1, with the minimum value set at $100, a very low standard of living, and the maximum set at $75,000, a very high standard of living. The formula to calculate the standard of living index is GNI index is equal to in GNI per capita divide ln 75,000 minus ln 100, where ln represents the natural logarithm of the GNI per capita. The values 100 and 75,000 represent the minimum and maximum values for GNI per capita, respectively. HDI classification. The Human Development Index, HDI, categorizes countries into different groups based on their HDI scores. These categories help to classify countries based on their level of human development, taking into account factors like health, education, and standard of living. The classifications are as follows: very high human development HDI score, 0.800 and above. These countries exhibit high standards of living, access to quality healthcare and education, and long life expectancy. They are often characterized by high GDP per capita and advanced infrastructure. Examples: Norway, Switzerland, Ireland, Germany, Australia. High human development HDI score, 0.700 to 0.799. These countries have good healthcare systems, quality education, and relatively high standards of living. However, they may face challenges such as income inequality or access to healthcare and education in certain areas. Examples: South Korea, Taiwan, Costa Rica, United States, Japan. Medium human development HDI score, 0.550 to 0.699. These countries are in the process of improving in terms of healthcare, education, and income levels. However, significant disparities in access to services and opportunities may exist, and challenges such as poverty and unemployment may still be prevalent. Examples: China, India, South Africa, Morocco, Brazil. India's performance in HDI, global rank and score over the years. Current HDI rank, 2021 report: India ranks 132nd out of 191 countries with an HDI score of 0.633. Historical trends: India's HDI has steadily improved over the years, but it still falls under the medium human development category. 2010, India ranked 134th with an HDI score of 0.577. 2000, India ranked 128th with an HDI score of 0.507. This indicates gradual progress in life expectancy, education, and standard of living. Conclusion: the Human Development Index, HDI, is a key tool for assessing a country's well-being by measuring health, education, and living standards, offering a more holistic view of development than GDP alone. Improving HDI scores fosters inclusive growth, sustainable development, and social equality, driving economic stability and ensuring no one is left behind. Governments and global organizations use HDI to shape policies, guide development programs, and monitor progress toward goals like the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. In summary, HDI is a powerful metric for promoting healthier, more educated, and equitable societies, contributing to a more prosperous and peaceful world. Understanding concepts like the Human Development Index, HDI, is essential for grasping the dynamics of human progress and the steps needed to address critical global challenges. At Askprep, we aim to bring such insights to help you prepare better for your UPSC and IAS examinations. Thank you. This is Askprep, your guide to mastering UPSC and IAS preparation. Let's decode complex topics and simplify your journey to success.